ever looked at everything that's going on in your business and thought, why is this going nowhere? Because that can feel frustrating. You're working and you're making things, you're trying to stay visible, you're thinking about your shop and your products and your content and your ideas, and somehow, even with all of that, it feels like your growth, it just isn't happening. Not in the way you had hoped for. Not in a way that matches all the effort that you're putting into your business. And I think this is one of the hardest things about running a product-based business. If you are in that place right now where everything feels scattered and you're trying to figure out how to make all that work start to build momentum, I do have something that might help you get a little traction. I have put together a free creative collection called Design Made Easy, Fun Guaranteed, where I walk you through with real design elements step by step so that you can see exactly how I work with them and build products. I will link that below this video if you would like to give it a try. But first, I would like to talk to you about why this busy but not growing feeling even shows up in the first place. Because when you're busy, something should feel like it's building, right? But sometimes it just doesn't. Maybe you've been designing constantly. You've been making products. You've been posting about those products. You're trying to keep your business moving. You are trying to stay encouraged. You are trying so hard to be responsible with your time. And from the outside, it probably looks like you're doing a lot. But from the inside, it feels like you are constantly starting over. You finish one thing, you move directly into something else. You work on a new product. You fix a listing. You make content. You tweak the mock-ups. You think, maybe I need a better niche. Maybe I need a better platform, or maybe I just need a better strategy. And after a while, all of that feels so confusing because it's all so real. So the question becomes, why doesn't all of this work feel like it's building momentum? Here's what I think happens sometimes. A business can be very busy without being very clear. There's a big difference in those two things because activity and momentum, they are not the same. You can spend a lot of time working on your business and still have all of that work spread far and wide over too many things. Too many product ideas, too many decisions, too many disconnected efforts. So instead of your work building on itself, it just keeps asking more from you. And that's usually the part that people really don't see. They think, maybe I just need more discipline, more consistency, more content, and more products. But a lot of times, that's not even the issue at all. The issue is all of your effort is getting divided before it even has a chance to grow. So yes, you are working. You're working hard, but all of that work, it may not be connected in a way that helps your business be more recognizable, more focused, or easier for people to understand. And when that happens, growth can feel so slow, even when you're not being lazy. So if this is happening in your business, I would not start by asking, how can I do more? I would start with a completely different set of questions. I would start by asking what is actually making traction right now, and what keeps pulling my attention without giving me anything back. What am I repeating because it works? And what am I repeating just so that I can stay busy? If you will be really honest with those answers, things will begin to change. Because sometimes the most helpful thing you can do is simplify the process. Simplify your product focus. Simplify your design direction. Simplify the way that you are trying to stay visible. Not because smaller is always better, but because a clear effort has a lot better chance to build momentum than a scattered effort does. So if your business feels really busy, but it's not growing, I want you to know this. It does not mean that your business is failing, and it does not always mean that you need to work harder. Sometimes it just simply means that you need more clarity and more structure instead of more pressure. And personally, this is something that I have learned on my business journey too. Trusting that the gifts and the creativity that God gave me are meant to be built with intention, not driven into exhaustion. It needs more alignment than noise. It needs your effort Point it in a direction that you can actually build on. And I think that's a very important distinction. It causes you to look at your business with a little more clarity. And that's usually where your better decisions begin. So this has been my experience lately. Take a step back and look at where all of your energy is going. Not just where your time is going, but where your energy is going. Because growth gets a lot harder when all of your efforts are split. And sometimes the next best thing has nothing to do with adding more. It's about getting clearer about what should stay, what should repeat, and what is making your business feel heavier than it should ever feel. And if you're looking for a simple place to begin designing with a little more clarity, I have actually put something together to help you get started with that. It's a free creative collection called Design Made Easy. Fun guaranteed. This isn't just a feel-good download. This is not a small PDF. Inside of this collection, it is filled with real design elements that you can use to grow your business. It also includes a step-by-step video instructions that shows you the way that I use them and how I build with them. The goal here is not just to give you something else to download. It's to let you experience what creating with a little bit of structure and clarity actually feels like. So if you would like to start building your own creative momentum, then grab that free collection just below this video. And that's where the next part of this conversation actually begins. Because once you realize that growth does not always happen just by doing more, the real question becomes what actually deserves more focus. And that's exactly what we're going to walk through next. How to start identifying the parts of your business that we need to simplify first. So if this conversation helped you at all to see your business a little more clearly, then click that like button so that YouTube knows to share this video with other creative women who are trying to build businesses with clarity too. And make sure that you subscribe so that we can continue this conversation together, because this channel is where we're going to learn how to build creative businesses without all of the chaos.